So the first thing that's up is City Local, Los Angeles Community College District Member of the Board of Trustees, Seat 1. And they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people. The thing about this, like, they got Tori Bailey, a homelessness liaison, Sean Ray Johnson, a K-12 school administrator, Karen Hernandez, an education advocate, a member of the Board of Trustees, a community advocate, a business manager, a student organizer, and an education consultant. So that's a lot to go through. These are all people where you're going to have to go through and do your own research. Look up their Facebook, look up their ads. They should all have a website. I mean, when you look at community college, and I think about it, at least for me off top, I don't think I would want a business manager in there. I don't know if a homeless liaison is somebody for a community college thing, because I'm like, what does that have to do with education and the kids, unless you're talking about cleaning up the community? But when I think about like a somebody that's on the board of trustees, or an education advocate, or a K-12 administrator, or even a student organizer, education consultant off top makes me feel like he might have special interests. There might be other people lobbying to him to get things in education, whether it's oil companies or whatever. This is just speculation. True. I don't know. But do your own research. Los Angeles Community College District Member of the Board of Trustees, Seat 3, they have that. So it's the community college board members. And then...
I feel the same way like you. Yeah. It's better to have somebody that is in education and knows the ropes. They're going to know what they need and what's needed. So... I trust that decision. Someone who's actually working in education and has experience.
Yeah, and also like checking. I feel like checking people's track records to be like, let's say they're a principal. Is there a disproportionate amount of young black kids that they're sending to detention, and you know what I'm saying, and all that type of stuff. And what are some of their interests? What are some of the things that they get behind? Are they for police in schools? Are they? It's a lot there, because every person, all these names aren't people we know, but they're people who represent it. So I look at it as like, if who would I pick that I feel like would be one of my friends that I actually would advocate for the same type of stuff that I would advocate for? That would be the best. The first big one is member of the State Assembly, 39th District. So Ricardo Benitez, party preference Republican, contractor business owner, or Luz Maria Rivas, party preference Democratic. She's an assemblywoman and a science educator. So, for me, is there information about them in the book too, or no? Oh no, that's just a sample ballot.
Yeah, we got a couple of. We do have the same names reflecting.
Hey.
On here, the same names.
Cut to that camera. Bam.
All the same thing you have on the official ballot and the sample ballot. Hence the sample ballot.
The sample ballot. They have the Justice Superior Court, District Attorney. So this is kind of one of those things where it comes down to whether you're going to vote for your party or your party interests. So that's when people be like, Democrats all down the board, or Republicans. But also in this new day and age with Donald Trump and Democrats and all that, it's kind of good to figure out and have a better understanding of who these people are. Like, I think there's some people who might not necessarily be of your particular party that actually might be more progressive for what you want within your state. Because I think every state too, like a Republican in California is different than a Republican in Florida.
Yeah, different interests. Interests.
The same thing with Democrats. So I'm kind of one of those people, like, for me, most likely I am going to vote Democrat down the board, because I feel like their overall agenda is going to be in line with Biden and Kamala Harris. As opposed to opposing that. And so when you're thinking about voting, it's like the House and the Senate, that's Republicans versus Democrats. That's how you end up with like a stall in Congress and in the House and all that, because they're going to vote their interests. So then United States Representative 29th District, Tony Sardinas, party preference Democratic, or Angelica Maria Duenas, party preference Democratic. So Tony Sardinas has been the rep for 29th District for the last, I think, like 8 years, maybe more. And Angelica Maria Duenas is a mother and a community organizer. It might be time to shake some things up, know?
How many years has he been in?
I'm not too... I feel like I voted for him like twice already in 2 different elections, but I'm not too sure. I could... let me look it up. Tony Sardinas.
you'd have to do your research to see what they have accomplished over their time so far.
Yeah.
And that would give you a good understanding of, is he doing the right job?
Yeah.
Or do we need to replace him?
Or does he just have a...
And it's your civil duty to check up on them and make sure they're doing what they're supposed to do, because they work for you. Don't forget that.
He's in the San Fernando Valley. He was elected to the United States House of Representatives 2013. Yeah, so I was right. I know what I'm talking about sometimes. So I'll have to do some research. Once again, like Ian saying, it's personal research.